Hey there, before this reaction begins, please make sure to head over to roosterteeth.com to check out the official release. These episodes aren't going to be uploaded to YouTube, so if you want to watch this episode now, it's currently up there free for everyone. Don't need an account, don't need to be a first member. So head on over there, watch the video, come back here, watch the reaction. Thanks.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to Red vs Blue, Season 16, Episode 9, Walk and Talk. Now, at the end of the last episode, sorry, excuse me, my throat is once again terrible. I don't know why it happens every time. Like, day before I have to record reactions, I just get like a sore throat or something. Yeah, at the end of the last episode, we had kind of Wash and Carolina finally back, you know, although not as normal. Wash seemingly suffering from blackouts and amnesia and that sort of stuff, which is kind of heartbreaking. And we got some Dylan informing Carolina that the Reds and Blues are lost in time and have been appearing in history books and that sort of stuff, and they're going to go visit the expert, apparently, which I said was Jax, and I think it is. I saw a little clip on Twitter or on YouTube, I think. I only saw the thumbnail, but it was Jax, so I imagine that's what it is. But yeah, not much more to talk about. Let's just get into it, shall we? It's 13 minutes long. Pretty nice. Nearly 14, to be honest. Let's just go, shall we? Oh, excuse me. Is it going to skip?
Greetings!
Just going to start it again, just to make sure it doesn't. I think it worked last time. It's like all the first few videos I did had like
Greetings!
really
Agents
annoying
Carolina
pieces.
and Washington. The director is expecting you. Dear Director is in the middle of a very important meeting. However, I was told to let you right in.
You know how I feel about that word. Nothing is impossible.
Okay, it's not impossible, but launching a camera on a rocket towards human actors is extremely dangerous and probably won't even work.
I'm not an idiot. I know it probably won't work, but that just means we have to do a lot of takes. It may take weeks.
We can't. Dear sweet Jesus, my chest.
Granted, right before we reshoot the first act, there's a defibrillator in the hallway, Kohan. Or do you need me to do that for you as well?
Pardon me. You have guests, sir.
If they're from the studio, you can tell them to wait in the fucking trash compactor. Oh, hey, it's Caroline in Washington. How the hell are you guys? How's the neck, Wash?
It's okay.
Oh, I'm so psyched you guys are here. Let me give you the grand tour.
More.
Was that a rocket launcher shot thing?
We need to shoot seeds.
Pretty
These are
incredible,
scenes,
isn't it?
okay.
I had them recreate
That
this
one,
place
like,
down
when
to
the
the very
flashback
last
thing,
detail.
where the rocket
It's
gets fired at Carolina.
uncanny.
That's what they were talking
We spent a lot of time here.
You don't remember?
Excuse me.
How does that even...
How is the shoot going?
Oh, we've had fires, sabotage, actors dying in strange circumstances, food shortages, paranormal activity, union strikes, lawsuits. In short, amazing.
Are you being sarcastic?
No! See, the best movies have the most tortured productions. And this has been the most tortured production of all time. Ergo, this is going to be the best movie of all time.
Makes sense.
Oh, this way. You guys are gonna love this.
I love all the green
Nice,
screen.
huh?
Oh, nice.
Certainly gives me the chills.
It's all,
Is
it's
your suit storage or what?
all the
Well,
wrong armors.
You don't remember this?
Some pieces of last year are still a bit fuzzy. Well, what was it?
We were tortured here, Wash. You know, I'm starting to think this set visit was a mistake.
Nonsense. We were frozen. Stuck in here for a long time. Then locusts came? Hey, maybe this will be good for me. Help jog the old memory banks.
Not that I mind the company, but what brings you guys my way?
It's about the Reds and Blues. It's rather important we find them.
Well, look no
It'd be fun
further.
if they were all
Sergeant
actors
Simmons
just
joined some
standing
weeks
still.
back.
They're here? We thought... I'm not even going to tell you what we thought.
Which one? Sarge?
Nope.
They are.
Sarge?
Over there.
The art department wanted to use mannequins. Sarge? Sarge, you can talk now. Simon says you can talk now, Sarge.
Oh, hey, what's crack-a-lackin'?
Oh, is
How's
he,
that, Wash?
It's fine.
If you
Yeah,
came
no.
here looking for a walk-on, get in line.
Sarge, I know this sounds silly, but for a while we were actually convinced you were lost in time.
Lost? Huh? Never.
Yeah.
I merely had to ask for directions.
Yeah, they know exactly why.
What?
Sarge, do you have a time machine?
Nah,
Thank God.
I left you with Simmons. Back this way.
Sparky, what did we say about noise?
We said no talking. This is more of a home scene.
Well, none of that either. New rule.
Rules, rules, rules. You're like Atlas.
Thanks, physician.
Is Atlas the thing that attacked us?
No! That was Kali Rama, his wife. She's scary. I thought you didn't want to talk about God stuff.
I don't. But they're not like gods, right?
They're gods.
Bullshit.
They're immortal creatures of vast power and wisdom. What do you call that?
Powerful alien something.
Something gods?
Whatever.
The really old stories, the myths of my race, say that back when we were little more than patterns of flashing light
more
in
you
a
know.
celestial nebula, the cosmic powers came to us. They even looked like us, but bigger and more awesome. And they gave us language and religion and art and war. They probably did that to you too. They made you.
No one made me. I made me.
I'm talking about the greater human you. You all. Y'all. All y'all.
Oh,
What did we say
y'all.
about southern accents?
That they're dang wicked awesome there, partner.
So then I killed both those guys, right? But then Hans was all like, I have your wife, Mr. McClane. And by the way, that was my old name, John McClane.
Wow!
Anyway, he made me meet him upstairs. So I go up there, hands up behind my head, like, oh no, I'm a surrender.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Then I reached behind my back where I had taped this pistol. I grabbed the gun and I was all like, yippee!
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
You've seen Die Hard?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your story, but my uncle has a cameo in that movie. He's on the headlight of the bad guy's truck.
It just keeps happening. I get a few moments rest, and then we go on another thing, and another thing. It never ends.
And how does that make you feel?
Like a pinball, trapped in a never-ending cycle of shenanigans, adventures. It's like my hell.
So, back when I was totally creeping on you, I heard you talk to your BFF about preemptive laziness.
What a disaster.
Duh! You tried to outsmart Destiny. She's way too smart for that.
Huggins, I don't believe in destiny.
That's silly. You should meet her.
Do
She's
you
got a
believe
wicked
in
sense of
destiny?
humor.
Whoa, that's it. We reached the end of the world.
That's just the English Channel. By the way, can you swim?
No.
Plan B, then. How well does your suit recycle air? All I'm saying is this. Sometimes when I'm
gonna
zipping
walk
around
to the
space
fucking-
going really
to
fast,
England
I have
from
to go
Italy.
through clouds
Kidding,
of
I don't
gross
think Griff
gas.
would walk from
Yuck. I could go around
two
or
places
try to
that are
think
very
about
close to
something
each other in
else,
Italy.
Or whine
Couldn't
and
think of an
complain and bitch like you.
Hey,
But it's best to just focus on getting through it as fast as possible.
what are you saying?
We're both stuck in gross gas right now.
You got no idea, buddy. I'm trying to hold them in.
Metaphorical gas! We need to find a shortcut out.
You're talking about work.
Don't think about it as work. Think about it as proactive laziness. Yeah, probably won't work.
No, not that. It's another one crept out. Ugh.
Gross!
I'm a fart submarine. Bloop, bloop.
Oh, nasty!
The smell is so intense, I think it's become sentient.
Ugh, sentient smells are the worst.
I can never tell when you're joking.
Sorry, I know it's around here somewhere. Ah, here it is, found it. Here we go. Oh, wow. This is where it happens.
What?
You know what? Forget about it. All right, so this is our time machine.
What was that? That's
What,
going to
you
be
wanna
cool
hold it
in
or
a
something?
minute.
What's the gag here? How's this joke end?
No jokes. That's our magic gun. It opens up donut holes to the past.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I know what happens next. We prove it to you. Bingo.
Oh yeah, and then they come through the portal. Yeah.
Hey, Simmons. Whoa, cool. It's me. Hi, me. Hi, I'm you from the future. Neat. What's up, future me? Have you come to warn me about the terrible mistakes I'm about to make? Nope. I'm just showing Carolina, Wash, and Jax that time travel is real. Oh, Wash, you're okay. Thank goodness. How's the neck?
It's fine.
Yo, Sarge, Wash is okay. He says his neck is fine.
Tell Watch I said what's crackin' lacking. He'll get it. It's a thing between us.
I'm sure they can hear you, Sarge. See? Time travel. This is me and Sarge a few weeks ago, or a few thousand years ago, depending on how you want to look at it. You see, we were recruiting some new Reds in Troy. Sarge is trying to recruit Achilles, but we're having some language issues. Now Sarge is trying to get through to him by pretending to be Zeus.
I'm the king of the gods, you primitive screwheads. And this is my boomstick. Ha-ha!
This is weird. I remember this conversation from the other side. I agree, this is weird. Hey, Future Simmons, can you give me some hints on how we can recruit this Achilles guy? He's a real dick.
It never happens. I get frustrated and stab him in the foot. Great idea, me.
I can feel my brain melting.
I stabbed him in the foot, Simmons. Let's boogie.
Well, looks like we gotta
All that
run.
shit over him. Oh, it's transparent through the
I
leaves.
don't know
okay.
how to process
There's
this.
There's all the smoothing stuff.
Time travel is real? I have so many questions. Wait, that's not his stage name.
Yeah, and your new AD is actually George Washington.
And that dead dude, Alex?
Alexander the Overrated? I mean, who dies of a common cold? You can't even conquer the sniffles.
Yeah, turns out his immune system couldn't handle modern germs. Whoops.
Oh my god, I have so many questions!
Jax, we were hoping you'd have answers. Dylan said you are an expert on the subject of time travel.
Yeah, I hate to burst your bubble, but you really shouldn't go down that rabbit hole. Time travel is beyond comprehension. It's just beyond science.
Nonsense. Just because science can't explain it doesn't mean science fiction can't.
Yeah, exactly.
We just have to figure out what type of time travel we're dealing with.
Yeah.
How many types are there?
They're going to
2,
use that whiteboard.
Kinda. 3-ish. You
Yeah,
can
I'd say-
sort
I'd
time
say
travel
3.
movies by how they deal with paradoxes. See, a paradox is a contradiction in reality.
I do love
Say,
this
for
sort of
instance,
shit.
you go back in time and kill your younger self. Or you go back in time and prevent yourself from time traveling in the first place. Paradox. Something happened that can't happen. Sarge, Simmons, have you guys done anything that can't happen?
I don't think so.
Movies deal with the issue of paradoxes a few different ways. Most films deal with the problem
Yeah.
by creating a closed loop. Like Leggett,
This is literally like some
Primer,
video
like
on
Kyle
YouTube I've
Reese
seen.
impregnating Sarah Connor, maybe like Sarge telling himself to stab Achilles in the foot. Everything that you do in the
Yeah.
past is part of the same timeline. This sort of travel makes the most logical sense, but
It's
there
like
are
time
really
turner.
troubling free will issues. The other type of time travel is the alternate reality theory. According to that, when you travel through time, you're actually creating another reality or universe, like in the J.J. Abrams Star Trek reboot. This method deals with the paradox problem by ignoring it. It also implies that a time machine can create all the matter and energy of a new universe, so yeah, no freaking way. Last and least is the flexible timeline. Marty McFly goes back in time and stops his parents from meeting. He undoes his own existence, the ultimate paradox. But he doesn't just vanish. Instead, he's got this weird buffer period to fix it. Why or how this buffer period exists? Yeah, no explanation. It shouldn't. Which brings us back to type 1, the closed loop. The most logical kind of time travel, but also the most terrifying.
What did you mean about free will?
Well, in a closed loop, you don't really choose what you do.
Yeah, it's already
You have to
happened.
do what you did. What you will do, you have to do. You can't do anything that you won't do. You know what I mean?
Not even in the slightest.
Well,
Not that complicated.
basically, it means we're not in control over our own lives.
Yeah.
Anything you're gonna do with the time machine,
It's already been written.
you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You don't get to choose.
We're getting into philosophy now.
You're saying everything is preordained? Like, by a god?
No way. No higher power controls my
Oh, so they're
destiny.
gonna like
Oh,
break
ow,
time
we can
travel.
find
Basically,
out
they're gonna break
right
time.
Now. We could run a test on
Yeah.
free will.
What sort of test?
Okay, here's the idea. Sarge, after this meeting, I
Yeah,
want you
walk
to
through
choose
that door.
whether or not you want to use your time machine to hide inside this storage closet. Your choice.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Nope, don't say it out loud.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it.
Don't tell me your choice. Just do it after the meeting.
So I'm doing it? Make up
Yeah,
your mind
okay.
already.
Think it to yourself and
right.
then do the
I'm
thing
thinking to
afterwards.
myself, I will hide in the storage closet.
Nope, just think it.
Am I doing it or not?
Not out loud.
I'm gonna ace this test.
Right. So right now, one of us
Oh,
is gonna
excuse me.
open this door. Now, if time-traveling Sarge is on the other side, he has to go back. If he isn't on the other side, then he can't go back. So,
It's like Schrodinger's cat.
kinda.
So this test is going to prove or disprove the very existence of free will.
Not really, would it?
Yup.
No, because he could still choose.
So, who wants
Well, I suppose yeah, it determines what he chooses now.
open that
Okay, yeah, I do get it.
door?
That's pretty cool.
No fucking way.
No, thank you.
Hell no!
Well, I'm not doing it.
I'm not afraid.
And he's dead in there. Dun dun dun.
Well,
Seems like
Doing
you are.
it! I'm doing it! Fuck it. Here we go.
Hello.
That's pretty funny. Okay, so once again, we had a pretty good episode. Nice and long. Got a bit of everyone, kind of. Not really. Yeah, we didn't get a bit of everyone. Sergeant Simmons stuff, a little bit better this time round, mainly because they didn't do anything. But yeah, closed loop time travel is, I think, probably the most interesting. Just because it makes more sense and it allows for those sorts of jokes. You know, like we had in the second episode where they looped back to the first episode. Or was it the third episode? Went back to the first episode. Whatever. You know, with like Caboose and the Penny. That sort of stuff is really interesting if the writers do it well. You know, because you can plan stuff ahead and then have it explained later down the line. And I mean, I'm a bit sad that they haven't done it more frequently. You know, like that bit they had in this episode with Simmons contacting his past self when they were recruiting the Reds. We should have got that conversation in a previous episode, you know, or made it like really crazy and really abrupt, and just had, you know, a portal open with them there saying we're trying to prove time travel, and then we get to see it from that Simmons' perspective in a few episodes ago, and then we come to this episode and we see it from this Simmons' perspective. You know, that would have been a lot more interesting than what they've done here, because they're just introducing time travel. It's not interesting when it's like that, really. You know, if they'd done it the other way, it would have been, there'd been so much intrigue on that first one, and then so much payoff when we get to this one, you know, whereas now it's just like, oh, okay. Wash, again, he's still kind of got black spots. He seems to remember like at least like a full year or something, you know. So I wonder if that, but then he's kind of coming back to them, so I don't know how much they're going to do. They didn't really tinker on the kind of him forgetting or like switching psyche again, but yeah, the whole kind of free will thing. I'm going to look for that video. Hang on. There's like a video on YouTube that I've watched, time travel, that looks exactly like what Jax like wrote. Yeah, this thing. Hang on. This Minute Physics or something. That one. But that's like basically exactly what Jax was drawing on the board, basically. But there is a lot of different types of time travel. Some make sense, some don't really. But, you know, the most coherent, if you're a good writer, is looped. You know, looped time travel, or whatever they called it. Because you can prepare for the time travel stuff before it happens, you know. And that's kind of the way that time travel has worked in the past in RVB as well, in some circumstances. Like Church going back in time, whether that was a simulation or not, you know, we don't know. But either way, that was looped time travel, or supposedly, but it wasn't written very well. You know, him going back, he goes back to a time where he was already there, and so you now get two instances in the same time same time period, and then he goes back again, so you got 3 instances in the same time period, and then 4 and 5, and that's how he gets all the clones. But then they kind of fuck it up with Wyoming in season 5, because his time travel works differently. Instead of him sending back his physical body, he just kind of rewinds with his consciousness. So he shouldn't leave copies behind unless they're like running up to the roof and like tagging out, you know, in the same position. He shouldn't leave copies. So, but then there's like a ton of Wyoming clones because of time travel that make no sense as to why they should be there. So it kind of gets it right a little bit in the first one. Second instance, it doesn't. But yeah, it's nice to know that they have it kind of coherent, and it's sticking to that, aside from the kind of calzone incident, obviously, which seems to be the catalyst. But yeah, I do love that sort of time travel. I love the kind of concept of like, if you were just standing there in a fight, say, you know, you could, if you win the fight, or you could just have 10 of yourself time travel back, keep coming back to help you win the fight, and just like gang up on someone, and then you time travel back to the same point every time, so that you just have the same 10 copies of yourself, and then you all just go back to where you should be. Like, it's not really a paradox, because if there's no free will, but you determine what you want to do in the future 100% and you still do it, then you can kind of manipulate the present, if that makes sense. It'd be cool if they explored that sort of thing here, and it seems like they're kind of edging on it with Sarge in the closet kind of thing, because essentially if he's in the closet, he has to come back, or he has to go back and go in the closet. He doesn't get a choice. And if he's not in the closet, then he doesn't have to do it, or he can't do it, which I think is, if anything, more scary, because it means he might die, which is a possibility. In reality, I mean, Sarge isn't going to die, obviously. But yeah, Lopez and Caboose are in there, which we haven't seen for, 4 or 5 episodes now? I don't think we've gone since, episode 3. Maybe, 6 episodes, maybe. I can't remember. But, still, a long time. Same with Donut, we haven't seen since, episode 2. Which leads me to believe there's something, bigger going on with him. But yeah, either way, it was a good episode, nice and long. Got some stuff with Griff. Nothing really consequential, but it's quite funny. And it seems like he's kind of warming up to Huggins a bit. The whole walking underwater thing was a bit weird, admittedly. And the fact that he's walking to England, I don't imagine Griff walking anywhere for a long distance of time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. He got some exposition, even though he doesn't want it, and I'm sure he'll get too curious, and then Huggins will tell him everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed my reaction. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, so you're notified of the next one. These should be out, don't know what day they'll go public. I still have yet to upload them beforehand, so I always upload them on the Monday after they've been released to public, and then I've got to wait for them to get unblocked. But either way, excuse me. Yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. I've been Eproth, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.